I've mastered the art of walking away from the train wreck confidently.
He doesn't fake laughs. He doesn't play nice. When Eddie Murphy doesn't respect you, you feel it. No punchlines, no backpedaling, just raw honesty.
But it has to be perfect because I don't want to do anything else that sucks ever again.
Eddie's been the sharpest voice in any room. The man who changed comedy forever with Delirious, Raw, SNL, and the Nutty Professor. But when Eddie calls someone out, it's not loud, it's lasting. Because in his world, when respect is gone, so is your place in the story.
There's not one line that they do. People come and say strange stuff.
One of Eddie's longest feuds started on familiar ground, Saturday Night Live. In the mid-90s, David Spade held up a picture of Eddie during a Hollywood Minute sketch and said, "Look, kids, a falling star." The crowd laughed, but Eddie didn't. It wasn't just a joke. It was betrayal from the very stage he helped build.
Look, children, it's a falling star. Make a wish. Yes.
Eddie never returned to SNL for decades, saying, "That wasn't comedy. That was weak." He didn't need revenge. He just erased Spade. No films, no collaborations, no friendship. Just silence. Then came Bill Cosby, not a feud of jokes, but of judgment. In the 1980s, when Eddie was breaking records, Cosby called him personally to scold his language and tell him to clean up his act. Eddie never forgot. He clapped back in Raw, mocking Cosby's uptight tone to roaring laughter.
You cannot say filth, flarn, filth in front of people.
And decades later, when Cosby's world collapsed, Eddie dropped one perfect line. "I'd love to talk about Bill, but I'd probably get sued or drugged." One sentence, and the room exploded. Howard Stern came next. Years of mocking Eddie's career and family on air. Eddie stayed silent. Then, when Stern published a book apologizing to everyone but Eddie, Murphy finally responded. "You don't have to say sorry if you were never sorry." Even legends weren't immune. Richard Pryor, Eddie's idol, once saw him as competition, not a protege. Pryor's camp claimed Eddie wasn't real comedy. Eddie never fired back. He simply moved on, saying years later, "There's only one Richard. I was lucky to walk behind him, even if he never reached back." And when Paul Mooney and Cat Williams came swinging,
Play it again, I said.
calling him Hollywood, safe, and outdated, Eddie just smiled. "Everybody's got a mic now," he said. "Doesn't mean they're saying something." Because Murphy doesn't argue with the noise, he outlasts it. In the end, Eddie Murphy didn't destroy careers, he outgrew them. His silence became the punchline. His respect became the prize. And in his world, once the laughs stop, you're not just off the stage, you're erased from the story. This is StarLoop News. If you enjoyed this deep dive into Eddie Murphy's untold rivalries, hit that like button, tap subscribe, and turn on notifications, because more untold Hollywood stories are coming your way.